Okay, the last 2 weeks in Thailand has been insane, absolutely crazy. Oh my freaking gosh, I don't know where to start. Oops, she's a little bit crooked. So there's that. Okay, let's start from the beginning. Bali, I flew to Phuket and had a layover in Singapore, which is a 1 hour layover, but I have to say I am too old for layovers. I can't do layovers anymore. If I want to do a layover, I'm gonna need to stay the night because it's just not fun. As you know, I already hate flying, so layovers was just not a good time for me. But fortunately, it was only for an hour to 40 minutes, not worse. And then I met up with my friends there. So we stayed at Camilla Beach, which is at the Radisson Hotel. There was 4 of us and we met our other groups of friends. We had maybe half a day of rest and the very next day it was EDC. I would let the footage speak for itself because EDC was absolutely wild. I've never been to EDC in the States. It was my first time going to EDC with my friends and also the first time with this particular group of friends that I went to a festival together. All my friends flew in from Melbourne. First day was hot. Oh my god, Phuket is so hot. The last time I was in Phuket was maybe when I was 22 and I don't remember it being this hot. It was the kind of heavy heat that I'm not super used to. Obviously it's a tropical heat that I'm not used to. The festival was absolutely crazy. Even on the first night, it was so big. I mean, I've been to Coachella, so I've been to, I guess, technically bigger festivals, but it was massive. There were 3-4 stages. I can't even tell you. Oh my gosh, look, she was gonna drop, girl. Okay. It was so crazy. I had so much fun. This was my outfit for the day. I went to see as many acts as I could. Let me tell you, at 32, I don't know how other people do it, but for me personally, I'm gonna need a rest. So my friend and I took plenty of rest, as we should. We're 32. All our friends are 5, 6, 10 years younger than us. On the way, we caught a shuttle. Then that shuttle took us to EDC and we made a lot of friends. We made friends with this group of guys who were coming in from the States and it was so much fun. For the entire 3 days, we caught up with them and I think it's quite serendipitous when you meet people you just get along with so well. I'm so lucky in that sense. And one of the best part about traveling overall is the amount of people that you can meet. It's the kind of people that you can meet. And oh my God, we had so much fun. I made so many friends on this trip. I met a bunch of girls from Vancouver. I met another guy. I forgot what states he was in. Actually, something I find really interesting is I meet other tourists or travelers. Obviously, the first thing is, I ask them where they're from. It's only the people from the US that would straight up just say, yeah, I'm from New Orleans, or oh yeah, I'm from New York. They never say that they're from the States. Whereas when I'm traveling, when people ask me where I'm from, I always say Australia. I don't assume people know which state I'm from or what states there are. I thought it was really funny. It's a quirk that I've noticed when I talk to people. Made so many friends just on the first day. I remember I was waiting for my friend to go to the bathroom and there was this guy there and he was just standing by himself dancing and I went over, just struck up a conversation and I realized he was at the festival by himself. I think his friends had to bail because of work and so he just went anyway. And I have to say, I've done festivals on my own before, so I always really appreciate other groups that end up adopting me. And obviously, I extended the invitation and he ended up partying with us for the entire 3 days as well. So shout out to the people who just are very nurturing, who are just really always willing to make friends or bring other people into their group to party. It's a festival. There are going to be people who are traveling in groups, people traveling in couples, and people traveling solo. So I feel it's my responsibility to make sure that if I do see someone that I always extend the invitation. And the vibes are so good. The vibes are so friendly. Everyone's so nice. I remember this Thai couple in particular. I went over to them because I noticed he had a fan and I was, oh, do you mind letting me borrow your fan? I was trying to convey that I was really hot. And instead of just, fanning me, he literally pulled another fan out of his bag and just gave it to me. The Thai locals are so nice and I looked at everyone was having so much fun. Second night was, again, absolutely wild. Skrillex was going to be headlining, so it was going to be absolutely intense. I felt like progressively each day became very, very hot. But oh my God, I had so much fun. This was my outfit for the second day. To be honest, I was short one outfit, so I threw this together. It's literally not even an outfit, it's just a bralette and a scarf that I had, which also I don't even know where the scarf went. But anyway, I had so much fun. I danced so much. Every time she does that, I don't know why she does that. It's this little clip at the back of the camera. Come on, girl. By the second day, I was already feeling it. I was getting very tired, but I knew I just keep pushing through. In the daytime, I got massages, and by the nighttime, I was ready to party. The traffic getting in from the hotel to EDC was not great, but I also want to keep in mind that this is the first time that Phuket and Thailand has hosted EDC. So the facilities, I feel they did the best they could. It was very rough getting in. It was very rough getting out. Ultimately, even though my group of friends had shuttle passes, we all just ended up jumping on our bike and going straight to the festival. On a grab bike, it was just 15-20 minutes. On the shuttle, it was 2 hours plus, which is what we endured on the first day. So we weren't going to do that again. Everybody had the same idea. So getting a bike to the venue was also quite difficult. The other thing I thought was quite interesting, which I hadn't experienced before, was that at the EDC event, you had to top up money on your wristband. Did I love that? Not really, because I had cash, I had card, but topping up money on my wristband just seemed a little bit of a money grab, to be honest, because I couldn't even tell you how much money was left over on those wristbands by the end of the event. But fine, it's fine. It's sort of whatever. It's part of the experience overall. Not really into dubstep, but could be converted. I loved it. I had a lot of fun. My American friends introduced us to a bunch of other artists, Eli Brown, and the music was so cunty. I was like, okay. I can mess with this. So that was really cool. Met so many people, bumped into a lot of people as well. It was such an international event. I did meet a fair few Thai people as well, but for the most part, they were all tourists. They were traveling. Third night, my group of friends went as sort of a dune concept. That was our theme, and we knew it was going to be the last night. We took it really easy in the daytime, got massages, took a nap because we are not young anymore, and then headed into the venue. Final night was fantastic. To be honest, my best friend and I took a lot of breaks. We were very dehydrated, but it was such a core memory moment. There were so many moments where I will quite literally never forget this. I had so much fun. The people were so lovely. And then the fireworks quite literally took my breath away. I had to sit down for the fireworks because I was getting so tired. I don't know if you can tell, but my voice is going a little bit. So that was just incredible. I cannot stress enough how these types of events just make me feel so alive. Not to get very sentimental and deep, but loud music and fireworks and lasers and good vibes, good friends, good conversations. I wish I brought earplugs. That's the one thing I really wish I did. I actually had it in a fan, but my luggage was so heavy and somehow it got misplaced. So I lost my earplugs. But if you are going to a festival, I highly recommend bringing earplugs. Protect your ears. I think that's so important. So at the EDC, my friends and I sort of all moved out to different cities. I had one day of rest and then I flew into Bangkok. My other friends went to Chiang Mai. Some other friends stayed in Phuket. Had maybe 1 or 2 nights in Bangkok, and it was just nice to slow down a little bit. I also had other friends who lived in Bangkok, so slow down in the daytime, and then by nighttime I was still partying. I did not think I was physically capable of partying 7 days in a row, and yet here I am. The entire time I was in Bangkok, I went out every single night. My friends all eventually met up in Bangkok, so my best friend came to Bangkok. The boys that we met at EDC also came to Bangkok, so of course we had to go to a lot of other clubs in Bangkok. I have to say I love Bangkok. I've really fallen in love with Bangkok again, and I don't want to jinx it, but there is a big chance that I might settle here. I also have friends that live in Bangkok and they really love it here too. So Bangkok has been really wild. Went to a lot of bars, went to an amazing sky lounge. The food was really great. The views were really great. My friends and I had a really good time, but I'm really keen to explore other sky lounges. I think Bangkok has just so many. It's incredible to be able to be up there looking down at the cityscape at night. Wow, sometimes I actually cannot believe my life. Other than that, I only had one day where I had a chance to go to a co-working space, and I was really lucky. One that was close to my Airbnb. It was on the 31st floor, so that was really exciting. I did get lost trying to find it, and I actually had a big pitch that I eventually just had to do at the Tim Hortons because I couldn't find the co-working space. My clients was just laughing because they're like, where are you? I really loved where I stayed as well. It was at an Airbnb, which is very different to all the other places I stayed at, but I loved it. I thought it was so quaint. It's a loft. It's very small, but I got the space to myself. It was very close to a lot of things. It was close to this really wonderful night market as well, so I went there. I felt my time in Bangkok was too quick. It went by that. And then before I knew it, I had one big night of partying with my friends again, and then I flew to Chiang Mai, which is where I am at the moment. So I flew in yesterday and it was such a huge ordeal. I flew with AirAsia. So AirAsia, count your freaking days, because what the hell was that? There was something wrong with the systems, I think. I'm not really sure. They didn't really explain it to us, but I was at the airport 3 hours before my flight. I waited 5 hours and my flight was delayed again. The systems were down. And then my flight was delayed another hour. But then by the time I got to Chiang Mai, it was like 9 p.m. It was quite late and I had a lot of things I wanted to do. So that was not ideal, but I think that's part of the experience. On top of that, I made it to Chiang Mai, but my luggage did not. So my luggage stayed in Bangkok. Fortunately, the airline sorted it out. They delivered it to my hotel and I told reception to just let me know in the morning when I wake up, and ordered in food, had the deepest sleep of my life for the last 7 days, and then woke up at around midday, smashed out a bunch of work, did a meeting, and then worked at the pool for a little bit. And then now I'm actually going to be able to explore Chiang Mai. I love this hotel so much. It's so nice. This is sort of what I would want my apartment to be. It's perfect. It's quite big and it's sort of perfect for one person or a couple. Might be a bit small for a couple, to be honest, but I really did. The staff are wonderful and the location is very, very close to Old City. That's been really good. I actually extended my stay at this hotel for one more night just to give myself a little bit more wiggle room so then I can book my next hotel. I haven't decided how long I want to stay in Chiang Mai, which is the only reason why I haven't really booked long-term accommodation. I really need these next 7 days. I really need to lock in and get a lot of work done. I have a big project that's to be delivered quite soon. Chiang Mai is such a far cry from what Bangkok was. Yeah, I just need a break. I need a break. All my friends have now essentially gone back home. The boys have gone back to the States. My best friend has a couple more days in Bangkok. I did tell him that I'll come back to Bangkok if I get my work done on time. I don't know if I will, but I don't know. It's just a lot. There's just so many things that happened. I honestly cannot keep track of the amount of stuff that happened, the amount of people that I met. But insofar, I will say the last 2 weeks of Thailand has been such a wild ride and I'm so appreciative and grateful of it. After this video, I'm going to finally head out and explore the city a little bit. And then when I come back tonight, I'm going to try to smash out another hour or two of work. In all the midst of this happening, it's just been crazy. So after my pitch with my client, I then had to rush to find the actual co-working space because I realized I also had an interview. I made my first hire and that's really exciting for me. Who thought that I could do this? Who thought that I could be responsible enough to run my own business, make a hire, employ someone? But I cannot believe my life sometimes. Sometimes I literally wake up and is this really my life? Every day I honestly wake up not really knowing what the day would be, but knowing that I am going to be so lucky and so grateful. I don't know. And I've only really started this series recently, but I'm okay if this is the honeymoon stage, and I'm okay once reality settles in, because whatever my new normal is, I just know that I'm going to be over the top with my gratitude, over the top with the awareness that the life that I'm living is quite literally the dream life, and it's so much better than anything I thought could be possible. You don't know what you don't know. I did not know that this life could be. I knew 6 months ago that I was going to be traveling and I was going to start my own business, but nothing, let me tell you, nothing could have prepared me for just what a huge adventure this was going to be. In amongst all the little hiccups here and there, my delayed flights, my lost luggages, nothing could have prepared me. Now I'm here. Now I'm finally in Chiang Mai, which I've been dreaming of coming for so long. Okay, maybe a couple of months is not a long time, but mentally, I'm very, very grateful. And I also know at the same time that this life that I've built did not come without sacrifices. I truly, truly know without an ounce of doubt that my new life has cost me my old life 100%. And it is a price that I am willing to pay, and I'm still willing to pay. And that's why even though I did thug it out, a lot of this was blood, sweat and tears. Staying in this hotel is blood, sweat and tears. I'm grateful, and I can't even begin to fathom or express just how different my life is compared to this time last year. How much life has changed for me, how much I've changed. You know, I know digital nomads get a very bad rap. I will do everything in my power for that to not be the case. I do not want to represent myself that way. And I also know that I said that I would talk a little bit more about what it is I do. So just to give you an overview, I build AI chatbots and automations, and I also do email marketing. Got very lucky. The clients that I found just also happen to be based in Australia. So I'm very, very familiar with their work culture, their business, and that's why I'm able to provide the value that I provide. And that's why they're okay with me traveling traveling the way I'm traveling. I have a very good business relationship with all my clients, and it's the type of relationship that has taken a very, very long time to build. I know I'm very lucky. The fact that I get to travel and they get to watch me travel, take meetings from all over the world at a Tim Hortons cafe, the next minute at a co-working space. You want to be working with people who you want to provide a lot of true value for. You want them to succeed. Because in turn, they will also want you to succeed. They will also give you a lot of flexibility. In saying that, the next couple of days is going to be pretty hard hitting. I need to launch my website, launch my business, and make sure that I am a good employer. I've never worked with a full-time employee before, but I have this type of relationship and I want to be a good boss. I want to be the type of boss that I would have wanted to work for. That's really, really important for me. I'm really excited. It's not that I don't want to go into too much details about what it is I do. It's just the client confidentiality agreements that I have that makes it quite hard for me to be very specific about what I do. But let me just figure out how I can explain it without giving away who my clients are, and I promise I will do that. One of my big goals is to be able to hire people who are also remote workers and give other people this opportunity to travel the way I do. I do not care where you work or how you work. Ideally, if you work within those working hours and you are contactable during those work hours, I don't care where you work. You could work in a mountain, you could work in the city, you could work from home, you could work anywhere. And it's a big, big goal of mine to be able to give that opportunity to other people, because when I tell you, living it, it's more than anything I thought could be a reality for me. And it's so ironic because I knew that I was going to get to this place. I knew that I will be working from hotels. I knew that that would happen for me. I just didn't know how I was going to get there. There is work involved. But if I can do it, it's available. It's within reach for other people. If this is what you want to do, please follow. Tell me what the questions you want to know, and I will do everything I can to answer them for you. I have no courses to sell you. I have nothing to sell you. I'm not even telling you what my business is. And to be honest, it's not going to work anyway unless you're a business owner. But whatever questions you have, tell me. I want this for other people. I want this for my friends. I want this for anyone who just wants to take the plunge into being a nomad or just being able to travel and work. I think there's so much to be said about the fact that having been in that 9-to-5 rat race, I now realize how unimportant it is to be chained to your desk, to have your working from home privileges essentially weaponized against you. This time last year, I was working a job that I absolutely hated with a boss that was just such a narcissistic person. And now I'm an employer. I will do everything in my power to be good at that and to be a good one. Anyway, this went off on a bit of a tangent. I need to go explore the city. I will give you another update next week, please. I'm trying to be a little bit more consistent, but please understand I'm still just getting used to this life. I'm still trying to acclimate. I've flown to 4 cities in the last 4 weeks. So please be patient with me, but please continue to watch and support me. Okay, anyway, love you.